a decision that it is a very infectious disease, so the same hospital should not be handling the corona patient simply because of the fact that there is a great risk of cross infection or that is infection from the normal one patient going to the normal patient, another patient lying in the same hospital. Because doctors
मीटिंग हो रहा है यार, जूम कॉल है, जूम में आना चाहिए ना.
Just a second.
Sir, I agree to what you are saying.
Yeah, sir, please unmute and speak.
Yeah. So what we have done is that there are separate hospitals. There are COVID hospitals and there are fever hospitals. So what has happened is, unlike Bombay, you would have seen that many doctors got infected. The whole hospital had to be closed down. So the gains that you are trying to get by employing, these are the frontline staff. So they lost all that. Whereas in Orissa, we haven't had any single case, simply because of the fact that right from the beginning they're separate. And the COVID hospitals have been opened in every district now through PPP model. Private participation is there. Some cases where public sector undertakings have been there. And I think as long as my suggestion would be to the government, or even openly I could say, is that that model should continue, because you never know whenever there is another epidemic which is coming. And anyway, we have a scheme in government where epidemic prevalence, surveillance, and even smallpox, chickenpox is there. But they were all being done in the same hospital. But now that this infection has been diagnosed as so severe, we go with this. So this is a separate thing which has happened. And the health infrastructure in Orissa is something all over India. We spend so little on health. Is a great opportunity, I think, for ramping it up and taking it to a level where health infrastructure one would be proud of. And that cannot happen only through public expenditure on health. It has to happen through private public partnerships. Also, it could happen through, I have a gut feeling that there are several states in which let us say Amma in Kerala. I was posted as principal AG in Kerala. I know that she was maintaining hospitals in many districts, many small blocks and taluks in Chennai and in Kerala and all. So if she is willing to do it, because that much of money she has, I think that also should be promoted. But this is the greatest opportunity to really look at our health expenditure, health infrastructure, and bring it up. That is, one is the physical infrastructure. The other one is to, of course, generate drugs, things is happening. Ramp up the, you see the hydrochloroquine, you see, people are looking up to it. So we have to take advantage of it and ramp up the production facilities so that we get revenue from there. And at the lower level, the primary healthcare centers and the CHCs and all that, we do the physical infrastructure. The telemedicine can actually go up. So I think this is the best time for the health sector to go up. And we are doing pretty well. Orissa, I can tell you we are doing pretty well.
So recently, Government of India issued and legalized telemedicine in India through a guideline issued by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So we are part of the team, and we are fully compliant to that guideline. And for last 2-3 years, we are working in the telemedicine sector. And apart from telemedicine, we are doing a lot of work in the rural entrepreneurship development, women empowerment, ASHA worker skilling and all. So we are doing all these activities in states like Haryana and Punjab, and also part of Uttar Pradesh, Agra and all. So as a company and as somebody who is already from Orissa, I'm from Cuttack, Bakshi Bajar, sir. So I know I mean, every Odia has that feeling, even if he is in UK, Australia, wherever he is. Everybody has a soft corner for Orissa. So we are part of a team. Like we founded this company along with 2 more IAS officers with me. I'm one of the co-founders. So we are, first of all, very clear that we are planning to give it to the government free of cost, the model. And if I can tell you, there are around 55,000 villages in Orissa. And we have that capability to bring up around 1.5 lakh jobs immediately. With the support of the government, of course, we can bring up 1.5 lakh jobs immediately at this situation. And we can be act as a shield for the COVID-19 workers or the frontline staff that you are talking about. So these are the offerings that we have, sir, and we are proud to give it free of cost to the government of Odisha till the COVID-19 situation is normalized. So this is my request. If you think we can be of any help to the government of Odisha,
So you could
we are
actually
there.
send it to me.
Yes,
My
sir.
email is available with Mr. Jain Mohanty, so you can
Yeah,
take it from him.
sure,
And
Sure,
sir.
sir.
then I'll send it to the health secretary, and let's
Right.
see.
Sure,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, like you mentioned, it's not just public sector investment into healthcare. Private sectors, you mentioned about Mata Amritanandamayi hospitals in Kochi and 2,500 bed hospital in Kochi and other parts of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And they are coming up with 1,200 bed hospital in Faridabad. I live in Faridabad.
Faridabad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how they will come unless you invite them, unless the health minister invites them. If you look at the IT and industry minister of Telangana, he makes presentation to the CEO, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, and the CEO of Microsoft. He makes the presentation and he invites. So unless industry minister and health minister invites them, was this Narayan Hridayalaya, so they want land, they want somebody from MLA or MP. If somebody writes to them, and they will come. Unless you invite them, and then there is eye care. What is that? Vasan Eye Care, this Chennai-based company. So other private sector companies, if they come to Odisha, then we can improve on healthcare delivery and patient care, because a lot of hospitals, they don't have doctors and staff. And government, of course, government cannot appoint the number of doctors required to deliver healthcare to every citizen. So how this can happen? How we can actually invite investors, private sector players to come to Odisha and invest?
So there is
No, but
already an
I
initiative by Government of India. I'm sorry, sir. Just informing Mr. Jayant that there is an annual event for healthcare investors in Odisha, and that is being hosted by the CM itself. I mean, sorry, himself. So it's basically their office who handles it.
No, that's
So
not
every
working.
year,
That's not working. See,
that's not working. Yeah.
doing events, invest to Odisha.
Yeah.
My personal experience is those things did not work. So if
So
somebody
last year,
from MLA, local representative, and industry minister and health minister, if they take initiative, then it will happen. Otherwise, doing summit, doing conclave, enclave. So all these things, these are all academic things. These are not actually how you want to set the goal and how you want to achieve those goals. So what
sir,
are
actually,
your
last
milestones?
year,
What are your
yeah,
milestones?
last year, Government of Odisha hosted one of such initiative where they wanted the private players to set up and run around 100 hospitals in Odisha.
Where have you identified? Has the government
No,
identified?
no,
Please
that question needs to pass to the government.
come and set up your hospital in Bhadrak or Baleswar. This is the
Yeah.
MLA, this is the MP, this is the industry minister, and this is the health minister. So has it
Yes.
done? Has it outlined
No,
the
nothing.
strategy so
Yeah.
that people will come and invest? Otherwise, running behind. See, one Dr. Pati, he is based in Bay Area in California. He has asked me a question that what is this one window license? There are 50 licenses such as industry license, factory license, boiler license, electric license, generator, labor, fire, water, alcohol license, drugs license, Ayush, because he's into pharmaceutical, Ayurvedic medicine and biotechnology, excise, GST, sales, import, export. So there are many more licenses. There is no single window license. So who is facilitating? If chief minister is inviting, then who is there? The point person in district level or the location level, who is facilitating from the government of Odisha? That's the question. Because once we set the goal, we should be actually aligned to that goal. We means everybody at ground level, not just the secretary or not just the chief minister. So how is that going to happen? So that we believe in results, we believe in impacts, and not just a strategy at CM level.
No, but all these licenses, these are statutory licenses because all the things that you read out are central acts. So no state can remove those licenses. Only thing is that how quickly those licenses can be obtained and given. That is the point. In fact, I don't really understand why so many licenses should be required even at the national level. This is a good point. In fact, if you send it to me, I'll write to the, I'll raise it in Parliament also, because these are all the acts which we talked about are central acts. So these are requirements which every state must be following. Some states are able to do it very quickly, and some states are not able to do quickly, maybe like Orissa. So I think that is something that has to be on a broader macro issue for the country as a whole. And that may be the reason why China's people who are coming from China are going to Vietnam and not coming to India. Maybe that could be also the reason. In Orissa, particularly, I think this minister, I have seen minister going himself and giving presentation in many road shows. I have seen in Bangalore in textile. Mishra goes and does it. I've seen at many places. The point is more important than speaking. The thing is in the act itself. So I have a feeling that that is the thing, that some kind of streamlining has to be done to ensure that this is the period of time within which license will be given. This is the period of time where the clearance will be given. This is the period of time where land acquisition. Now the Land Acquisition Act is being changed, and now it's a central act. So it says 80% people's consent has to be taken. Now, in that case, nothing will happen. So those problems are there nationally. For Odisha, I told you the additional problem is that the mineral and the land and the tribal areas are superimposed on each other. So if you are having a public hearing for, let us say, a company to be opened in a mineral-rich area, then the tribals will oppose it, and the forest fellows will also oppose it. That is what is the tragedy of this. That's why it's a resource curse in Odisha. But I have a feeling that Government of India is also seized of this matter, and therefore number of environmental clearance things are being eased. I know I find is being eased compared to others. You have to remember that in Odisha 37% people are tribal, so you can't ignore them. But I have a feeling we could actually build a model maybe where the tribals have a stake in the new thing coming up, in which case maybe they will show interest. I had discussed this again. I remember when I was a bureaucrat 10 years ago to give stake and all. But in India we discuss a lot of things, but it doesn't translate into policy change or a reform taking place. As I said, agriculture reforms. I was a director of agriculture marketing in 2099, 2000, and in 2020 we are still saying the same. But I have a feeling that those industries. Now you're talking about Narayan Hidale. You see, we are making the Cuttack Medical College would be made into a AIMS Plus hospital, All India Institute of Medical Science Plus, and all this massive effort is being. Puri, remember, we did a redevelopment which India has never seen, and in the Cuttack thing, Devi Sethi himself is a member of the 10 members doctors who are advising. So if Devi, the change is happening, but the problem of Odisha will always remain that it is one of the poorest states. So unless the fruits of industrialization reach the poor, there will be opposition. And the government's job would be to do that. If the government cannot develop that trust, either through financial incentives or through other means. See, Tata's projects don't have any problem in Odisha so far, because their R&R is one of the best wherever I go. Tatas have set up now setting up, as someone said, cancer hospital in every district now.
Wonderful. That's a good news, sir.
Yeah, this is all there. Cancer, in fact, some of the COVID centers have been done by Tatas only. In Keonjhar, both of them by Tatas. In Barampur, they have been done.
Thank you, sir. आमको आउ किछि करिबाउ जदि पडिबो आमको आदेश दियंतु. Any questions if you want to ask, if these entrepreneurs.
So I was just wondering, if suppose a company comes, I was thinking today after you spoke to me, I was just wondering whether we should have one revenue officer, one OS officer, and one politician, the local, one political fellow, and one forest fellow. Or three people should be made the, it's a team which has to, and they should be ranked with each other. Who is able to do that industry faster? Something like that I was thinking since morning. I might just write about it.
Yeah, it's a good thinking, sir. So,
I have
yes.
a question, sir.
Yeah, Subrat, go ahead.
Amar sir, like since you have told that you have been associated with agri and to a large extent, so I am into organics for the last almost 5.5 to 6 years as a social entrepreneur. So uh, since I am based out of Bangalore, Bangalore is a very famous for last mile as well as first mile in terms of produce, marketing, and storage. So, if I can be little bit of numerics, like 30% of the total organic produce for the entire globe is dependent on India, where the total arable land is around 2.59, which is a huge opportunity for all of us to increase the production. So if you can really help us, because trust me, see, basically, sir, Baleswar Baripada Vitre Ache, but my father was into a doctor's, he was into SCB Medical College. So now for the last almost a decade, I wanted to, I'm very clear to create first mile, because as you told, consumption growth in India, in Orissa is little bit of far-fetched as of now, because I cannot sell my organic produce in Orissa as of now, except in Cuttack or few pockets. It will be the last mile will be very cost. It will not be viable. So if we can create a fast mile hub, probably where you can have a sourcing, getting an infrastructure where we can create, these are the crops we can produce. Because if you see last 6 years, the production has been reducing in Orissa under NPOP and NOP, sir, which comes under APEDA. So, and this data is it's flashed in the APEDA website also. So now currently, on an average, 30 metric ton on an average is the production, which is the one of the least in the product. If I talk about top 10, like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Karnataka. So Orissa, ete badhiya, as you said, mineral and everything is so rich. Manpower is there. Now my wife is also part of this group as the co-founders. So we have been employing almost around 35 women under the self-help groups. But Odisha, if we can do some first mile to begin with, and create a cold storage and create a complete backend, and we can sell, creating a B2B2C model, business to consumer model. So for that, I think you need to really handhold, sir, because
yes. Subrat, you can write these things to Dr. Patnaik. These ideas, business ideas.
I'm fully on this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, he has Dr.
Organic has a great future in Fulbani and all those areas which are default organic. You see, I was principal AG of Sikkim. Sikkim, it is by default organic. So it's the only state in India which everything is organic. And organic is assuming importance, value. Organic has value outside the country. So that could be our one export basket. We could actually have a big chunk instead of only doing your handlooms and handicrafts and all that stuff. But that's an area. Again, this is the problem. I always wonder that you have an agricultural policy where on one hand you say organic, you say how much of fertilizer you have used. The more you have used, the better it is. This dichotomy has been there and there for 20 years. I have served 28 years as a bureaucracy before I took voluntary retirement. In fact, disgusted with this kind of thing, things move very slowly. But I think that's how India has been doing, and we have been all talking, but it is not moving. So the point is, it is hopefully going to move faster, because the aspirations of the younger India is going to drive that. Maybe. Otherwise, the demographic dividend will become a curse. Actually, the demographic dividend. But then this one is a great area. You can trust me because I know about organics quite a bit. And the farmer producers organizations, that is going to be the future of agriculture in this country.
Yeah, any pointer when we can, whom to contact or any one point contact?
Apicol is there. In case of in this Apicol, the equivalent of IDCOL is Apicol, Agricultural Promotion Investment Corporation Limited. They will do.
Right. Okay.
Thank you,
In
sir.
any case, on this, you can always any one of you on anything could be in touch with me. I'm not boasting about it because I was a part of the bureaucracy. I know all the secretaries and all the many people I know from the government. So you don't. And as a politician, one is able to know the ministers also. So if anywhere I can help, then I can be. I'll be happy to do it.
Thank you so much, sir. And friends, Dr. Patnaik has a TV show lined up at 9, so we need to wind up this meeting. Vishwajit Bari, please say our vote of thanks to Dr. Patnaik, please.
But Jain bhai, before that, Jain bhai.
Yes.
Yeah, so in case we want to reach Mr. Patnaik, that's what I wrote to you right now,
I will share his email ID.
My email can be shared, yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. God bless, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. धन्यवाद खास करके अमर सर हम संगे रहले एते दिन बढ़िया से जे वेरी गुड एमपी बढ़िया इंसान ता संगे हमर आगुरी परिचय अछि आज भी से सार हम संगे रहले बहुत हमको उद्बोधन देले हमें समस्त ओडिया रहले हमें समस्त किछि करि परबा ओडिसा पई दिस वेरी गुड एटा हम पई रहबा हमें समस्त चाहिबा जयंत भाई एमते मीटिंग कंडक्ट करंतु मझे सो दैट वी कैन यूटिलाइज ऑलरेडी हमें समस्त ओडिसा पई किछि करिया पई चाहू अमर सर हमें समस्त भाबुचे किछि ना किछि डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली हमें ओडिसा को किछि कंट्रीब्यूट करि परबा एठी बसी कि होम टाउन ले रही कि किबा अलगा आडे रही कि किछि कंट्रीब्यूट करिया पई चाहूचे सेति पई समस्त कर इच्छा थिला आज भी समस्त चाहूचंती अब लॉकडाउन ले भी हमें समस्त घरे अच्छे समस्त रहउचंती एथरे भी समस्त भाबुचंती किछि ना किछि हम ओडिसा पई चिंतित होछु ओडिसा पई किछि ना किछि करिया पई भी चाहू
Jain Babu, I have a suggestion. Can we have a directory of these people who are thinking? Because whenever I see an opportunity, then I should be able to reach out to somebody and pick him up and bring him here.
Sure.
That I see. Moreover, I studied in Delhi. You see, I was a student in St. Stephen's in 84, 87. Then I studied. I stayed there until 90. Then I have been posted generally outside before I came to Orissa. So moreover, basic idea na I didn't do my graduation from Bhubaneswar also. So eti basic connection nasla asla pore now I'm slowly developing. But the point is, gote jaga re mane jodi mu dekhuchi ki gote opportunity asuchi mane kare mu eti gote I thought ki this embedded jinso je kahile I have some kind of I used to be the IT auditor for United Nations also. So someone I will be able to pick up. But say gote list seita gote available haba darkar gote kemte gote system kariba jothre ki people can also add in, people can, it's a Google Drive letter, so they say ki I am available and I am going to do this, I need this. So if that is available, then I can pick up at some point of time and say okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, some opportunities, exploring some opportunities.
Fantastic idea, sir. We have already a Google Doc where everybody has filled up his information. So I will share that with you. And if we, like Vishwajit Bhai said, if we will be useful, that's why we have some interest, some passion to work for our state, work for the district origin. So that's why we are here, and that's why we wanted to engage with the state government through you. And you as a fantastic professional. So it was a nice meeting with you. I will share that meeting. I will share the meeting, share that document where people have different expertise. They are working in different areas. So that will be really good. If
and we can, I don't really, I can get at some point of time if we since I find many of them in Delhi or some stage re, gote se gote emti rahanta jodi mu taku share kar diyanti IDCOL le bi mane mu tike sensitize karanti government ko ki this is a database we can pick up from, and whenever anybody is there in some let's say in Delhi, if I am there and I know that the industry secretary or minister is coming here, then I can get those group of people, even if it is 10, 15 in the Constitution Club, MPs are access no problem, and they can come and interact. This interaction level is not happening actually to the extent necessary, because it is becoming one-off events. One-off events re haboni kichi na.
Fabulous idea, sir. We'll do it. Fabulous idea. And thank you. So we are running out of time, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much. Jan bhai, Patnaik sir, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, आपण दिल्ली रे ना भुवनेश्वर रे अछंती?
मु बे भुवनेश्वर रे अछि.
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक अछि सर. आपण को नेक्स्ट विजिट रे सर आई विल हैव अ मीट. मु फरीदाबाद रे रहउची.
हां हां दिल्ली रे तो मु पार्लियामेंट आरंभ होला परे वी विल मीट.
ठीक अछि सर, ठीक अछि.
Okay.
Right sir, thank you sir. Thank you sir, thank you so much. Thank you sir.
Thank you sir.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you sir.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.